Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of rearranging the flower bed and maintaining it. I'm about to start into the next section and work my way along here. I am going to add though a lily to the front of these orientals, and it is an Asiatic, but I think the color will be a nice offset. It is called Lilium Buzzer, and it's an Asiatic, and I looked it up and it is an actual deep pink. So I'm just going to run it in here just to kind of run it right there into this group here with the oriental that's looking so splendid. All right, so I've decided here that the yarrow is next. So this one I'm going to leave where it is, and I'm going to move the other two down there over in this area, and then have the delphinium and the blues and pinks behind to offset the yarrow and the pinks. I think that should be good. And then I'm going to decide on my next move, because I've got the limelight back there and I have the salvia there, and the bees are still enjoying the salvia, but I'm gonna probably do some moves on them. I'm not sure I'll get to it today. They may get another day to enjoy the salvia, but these are on the list. I'm just gonna work my way down and see how it goes. I do like the 9 bark with the yarrow. I think it's a nice combination. It brings out some of the yellow in the leaves if you look with the sunlight shining on it right now, because that's where we're at. The sun's moving around to the west. Right now it's kind of south and southeast, and it's slowly moving. So it picks up, the 9 bark picks up the yellow from the yarrow. So I think it's a splendid combination. Ooh, don't bite me. That was a bee, like thought my face was a flower or something. That's kind of funny. I know, I have a sick sense of humor sometimes, or weird sense of humor. Call it what you like. Anyhow, so let's get started here, and I'm going to plant that lily first, and then I'm going to dig out the yarrow and move it. First I'm going to clean this one out, dig it out and move it, clean up the edge, because I'm reducing the size of the edge here so it's all alignment, because we took roots out of here and that's why. And as you can see, I really should use my thistle trick on these guys, but I'm actually going to dig them just because they're big, and I'm cleaning out, so I'm just gonna get at it and get it done so I can bring in some dirt and level this bed out pretty quick. All right, let the work begin. So when you move big plants like this yarrow, because I'm grouping them together, one of the key things you want to do after normally is cut her all down, right? And she'll come back to a second bloom. But for today, I am actually just going to cut off the stuff that I broke and bent up when I moved it, straighten it out a bit more, and leave it, because the blooms are just about done. And then I'll cut her back down, because I'll cut them all at the same time so they bloom at the same time. So that's why I'm not cutting it back down. I want them to all bloom around the same time, because they are the same plant and the same coloring. So I want that bold effect, I guess I should say. So that would be the key here with this one. All right, so for part 2 of this video, I have put my peacocks out in the corner because it was time I placed them. They're solar. I have moved some yarrow here. It's sitting here. I have pulled some plants out at the back. I have put some oriental lilies in a white over here. The 4 of them I picked up from Home Depot, big box, cheap. There's 3 plants in each one of those, so when they fill in, they should be glorious, and I'm hoping the smell is amazing. I haven't done any work on the front. I've been working on the back, so it's still very weedy. I've decided to leave the salvia where it is, the purple. It's spaced out decently, and the bees are loving it, so I don't dare cut it. I did move a potentilla here, and it needs water. It's weeping a bit, so I'm going to take care of that. And I did give a hosta to a friend, one of the giant ones, and as I worked through this bed. And I did move another hosta as well over here, and I decided to leave this area with the yellows around the 9 bark just because it was so pretty and it worked good over there. So I duplicated it over here. I did the yarrow. There's 1 plant yarrow with 3 potentillas in the bright yellow. So that seemed to work well so far. Tomorrow I will work on some more. So that is how it is coming. It's a labor of love, you guys. It should look good when it's done and be under control again. It's just taking time and And you know, I'm working on it. I'm one person trying to get stuff done and make it good, and it takes a lot of standing back and going, how should I do this? Where should I move stuff? What color should I go here? How to layer them for the tall stuff in the back when things aren't already tall. You know, that kind of thing's going on here too. Like, I probably need to move this little line back here in the corner because it's too close to the 9 bark. You know, so I need to move it over. Things like that. So that's what takes time figuring it out. And now we're in the heat of the day, so it's getting a bit warm. So I'm going to water my plants here and call it a day and move to the back. I want to show you something back in the backyard that's quite pretty right now before it's gone. And that's it. It's football night, so we're going to watch the game and have some supper and appies. So that's the plan for tonight. Hi everyone. So continuing on with part 2 of my rearranging and maintaining my flower bed, I am going to start moving hostas around this tree. And that because I did have a goal of creating a ring around this tree. So I thought, well, I need to move some. So I'll start with digging the hole and putting one in here, moving some of the grass, and do it piece by piece. Eventually I'll have it done. So that's one thing I'm going to do as part of this video. You know, I felt yesterday when I was working on this bed a little bit on the defeated side. And I'll tell you why. Because every time I looked at it, all I saw was a mess. You know, I felt like I had made very little progress. Now when I stand back and look at it, I do see some orderliness, a bit of planning in there now. It's starting to come together. So I felt a little better this morning looking at it. You know, it just seemed it was just such a mess. It just bothered me, I guess. And that, I can do better than this is my thinking. So today I'm feeling a little more encouraged after seeing it from a distance that it actually looked like it was coming together. And so I'm going to carry on and get some of this done. But first I'm going to move the next giant hosta over. So going to be some movement today, and this will be continuation of the part 2 video that I'm working on for you guys. Okay, already I've had a change to how I'm doing things. So I started trying to cut into this grass around this tree, and I wasn't even an inch in, and I hit tree roots. So I won't even be able to dig the plants into this. So that is not cool. So I'm not sure how far those tree roots go out, but the only way I could do it would be to build up the dirt around the tree, which I really don't want to do because it can cause rot for the tree. So we're going to move into a different spot where I can actually dig. So change of plans, it happens. Yeah. Oh well, go with the flow, Jack. That's what I keep telling myself. Okay, so since I couldn't put the hostas around that other tree, and I probably should take that tree out because the roots were brutal, actually. I don't want it near my lines going into the house. I've decided to put it around this evergreen because I can build it up. I am finding tree roots. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the hosta on top, and then I'm going to backfill with dirt. And the reason I'm doing it this way, well, as well as taking the grass out, is I'm going to put a bed in here all the way along that is raised. Pile the dirt all up all the way along, and gradually build it so I can have plants in here so it'll be higher, rather than digging into the roots of the trees, which is absolutely crazy, and it will destabilize and harm the tree, which I don't want to harm these trees because, you know, they give us some shade and some privacy. So if you look along here, that's the plan. So this isn't really in the works for this year, but as I gradually do things, I can work on it bit by bit and move plants over. Also cover up these roots that are sticking out. If you aren't going to trip over them and you build it up, then, you know, that's a benefit. But you got to take the grass out first underneath before putting the plant on it and putting the dirt in. So now that I've cleaned that area up, and I'll clean it right to the edge there, but not right now. My goal is just to get the plants moved. There's not much sod there to remove anyhow. Then that whole area will be built up and sloped on an angle towards the tree. So let's get some dirt now and prepare for our move. All right, the hostas moved, so I put it right on top of the ground, and then I brought in dirt and I piled it up around it, cleaned out a little bit more of the grass right to the edge. It's totally shaded here. A lot wasn't growing underneath here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time buying lime and stuff to get growth here, so it's a good area to start this bed. As you can see, I kept the dirt down by the bulk of the trunk, just a little bit there to cover those roots. That way I don't hurt the tree. So that's the key with that. So this is ready to go. It's in here and in place. It will probably be a way happier here because it's shaded. And I am going to cut the cement flower off because I don't want the energy going to it. And I will come back and give it a shot of water. So I'm just going to grab my pruners, which I have sitting on my recycle bin. Sorry, my yard waste bin, not my recycle bin. And I'm going to cut it off. I want all the energy to go to the root formation. So that means flower has to go. Now, this is a nice area, right? Now that I've started working on this, because I can actually put some color in here along the edge if I want something that's shade loving. So your stilbies of the world. I do use some dianthus on the edge because it will get some sun. See, I'm taking that flower off. There. And that is set. So grow and be prosperous. Well, not prosperous. Grow and be happy. And then I'll be able to split it. And it'll be easier too, because if I dig it in with those roots, I may never be able to split it. So just a tip for you guys. So that's how I handle this. You know, when you work in the garden, you never know what you're going to find. So I found this baby robin. He obviously cannot fly yet, and he's been hiding in here. And you got to feel for the little guy. Even though they're pests in my area, he is not safe. I mean, we do have garter snakes and stuff out here that would eat him in a flash. So hopefully he makes it. I'm not going to disturb him. I'm going to leave him be, and hopefully Mom will come and keep feeding him until he can fly, which isn't that far away by looking at him. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, it's time for an update on where I'm at now. So this will be the end of it for today's video. It's raining here, so I'm playing in the mud. The little fledgling that I mentioned in the video, I couldn't think of what they call them, but it's a fledgling, has moved on. He was on the middle of the street, so I chased him back into the yard. So he's gone into the rock ledge on the side of the yard. So hopefully garter snake won't get him, because there's all sorts of stuff around here for wildlife. So that would be sad, but Mother Nature was never, fair, so to speak, on some things. So anyhow, I have left the bugleweed here, this edge here, and I'm going to show you from a distance how you can see it, because the tree roots are in here and we had to cut them out. You can see if I go right here, you can see how it winds out. So that's going to be leveled off and straightened now that we got the roots out. I've went in here and you can see the orientals, which I mentioned earlier. I've left the actual Stella Dior day lilies here because I like the contrast between the pink and the salvia there, the purple. So I like the pink and purple contrast here. It seems to be a theme on this side of the bed. I do want some more orange in here, you guys, though. I just kind of want more tropical blend, and I need to work on that. I moved my Asiatics here, the orange. I put them all together now that I know what colors they are. There's a few here unknowns. I don't know what they are. That might be moving later. The lambs here has got to be moved. I think I'm going to move it down to the end. I combined all the New Dimension blue salvia together here in front to offset the oranges and they're supposed to be pink potentials. They're more of a white. I think the orange makes them bring out a little more color. Got the Asiatic lilies here. There's 2 hostas in the back that got to be moved because that's the wrong place. I've left the bugleweed here. I am going to scale her back down, so I'm going to go in and chop her back. Now, this part I haven't done yet. So this is next. But look at you guys. Considering all the gout weed I had earlier, I mean, this is going to make my life so much easier. I should be able to get through this a lot faster. I should cut the salvia down probably tomorrow because the bees should pretty much be done with it. And then we are good. I've got a peony right here that is too tight with the hosta, but the hosta is going to move. So the peony probably can stay if I move the hosta, because it's a different color. I believe this is the white one that I planted. I'd have to verify that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It was a French name, Lemoines or something like that. So I'm going to leave that here. I've got a bank of yellow going on here around the 9 bark, which is similar to what's going on down there. So kudos for that. I managed to achieve that. This bed needs to clean along the edge. I also need to cut the bugleweed back by the looks of it. Now in here seems to be, I call it a jambalaya, because it's kind of a mix of everything in it that's good. But there's a salvia here, right here, that I need to move. It's a one of, so I'm not going to leave it here. These lilies, I've been having a debate on them if I want to leave them, but they throw my theme out. They would be better over with the Annabelles for contrast, to be honest. So maybe that's the one I'll move next, so I know they're gone. And I've made a decision, you guys, officially, after talking to some people in the garden club. I'm going to move these grasses to the very back of the yard where I need something in the corner. It's messing with the sprinkler too much. And anyhow, I've got hollyhocks. Jeez, forgetful today. Rain must be getting to me. I got hollyhocks in the back, so I've got some height in there. So I'm going to clear that out, and I might put some lilies or something in there to offset it. So that's the debate there. Oh, look at you guys. I missed one. There's another new dimension right here. I missed it. So that one needs to be moved. So that's the plan for this, is to rearrange and get some contrast down here with the rest of the bed. I need to wait and see what color these lilies are, and then I'll group them and move them. I think I had some that didn't come up as maybe what I'm experiencing here, because there shouldn't be one out here and there. See, there's another one underneath the hosta there. So we'll move the hostas and we'll group them all together. They might go to the backyard. Today's a good day to move them because it is rainy and they like that. Maybe I'd move it to the front over here too with the other ones, although I think they're all going to be big ones there. And you know, you just kind of got to plan this stuff out and figure it as I talk myself through what I think I should do over here. I'm going to take the rest of the sedum out because it's too much yellow for my taste. And no, it's just not working for me with all the yellow in here, so it's got to go. It's just too much, but we're getting there. Once the hostas are all moved, the limelights will shine then. See, I got a limelight in there too, so I need some white in there. So I've got some lilies to put in white. That will also help this bed to maybe chill a little bit is the word I'll use, and that. So this will be part 3 when I do those, which will be hopefully tomorrow because it's raining again. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to clean up and move some stuff and see if hubby wants to go for some lunch. He's working hard on the back fence. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. There is a part 3 coming. And otherwise this is going to be like super long. And I still have a lot of work to do the video. So this is my progress. This is how it's going. I hope this motivates others. If you have a bed that's kind of unruly and you aren't happy with it or the way it looks or feels, go ahead. Don't be afraid to move stuff around, especially on days like this when it's raining a bit. It makes it even easier to move stuff around. And let gardening warm your soul. And have a great day. Don't forget to leave me some comments, some feedback. I love to hear, you know, ways I can improve or things I'm doing well. And that you guys are a really supportive bunch. Those of you that have subscribed and all the viewers that are watching this, please subscribe. It helps make for better content. And now that I'm down here looking at this yard, I found some gout weed that's hiding in the yarrow. So I'll have to clean that up. But we're making good progress. I'm getting there. Things are looking good. And I feel good about it now. Finally. Take care. Bye, everybody. So just an update, because I just couldn't leave things alone. I had to make those moves. I moved the new Dimension Blue Salvia with the other ones, and I moved this lily to the back. And then I planted the orange red lilies that I got for $2 a piece at Home Depot in my plant haul, lily plant haul, here, and just put them in real quick. We'll see what they look like next year and how they blend in here. I might be moving stuff next year if I don't like the look of this one with these. We'll see how it goes. And then I moved the one iris that I bought up, which was a yellow, I think. We'll see. You know, sometimes they're mysteries. Hopefully they're all the same. Otherwise I'm moving stuff again next year, but that's next year world. Anyhow, okay, that is it. Thanks everyone. Bye.